game. It's a rich thing.
Start the video. This is Mythic from the future. This video we were going to be doing a full through video with all the lists I have for the parts I got. But unfortunately, due to how long this video is taking and the length of it already, we're going to be splitting this video up to two parts. A part one, which is going to be this one, and then part two that's going to be coming out later. So if you guys enjoy this, let me know down in the comments below, and enjoy the video. Alright, what's up guys? We are here back with another video. We are doing something different today. We're going to be doing a little series. If you guys enjoy this type of video, just let me know in the comments below. We are going to be doing some series that we just talk about Acura TL, specifically like rare parts, aftermarket parts, other stuff like that, or we do like series where we judge some of you guys' cars, you guys send them in. That's what we're planning on doing. So this series, particularly to kick it off with, we're going to talk about some rare OEM parts. There's not a list number. We're just going through it, what I have written down. Probably have about like 15 things that we could talk about, and no particular order. And these are mixtures of third gens and fourth gens, but mostly third gens type of stuff. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Like I said, if you like this type of video, let me know down below. Alright guys, so starting this off, like I said, we're going to be talking about some rare OEM parts. And then I got a list on my phone, and I also got it on the screen right here, and I'll put some better photos if we need to, okay? So the first thing we'll be talking about is a Type-S rear lip. If you guys should already know by now, if you have a third gen, even if you don't have a Type-S, this is one of the most rarest sought after parts there is. We're not talking about the base model one, we're talking specifically on the Type-S one. So as you look here, we have Type-S rear lip right here. And you can see this is the main thing. Everyone likes the Type-S cutout. It's just more aggressive lip versus like a base model, which is the base model right here. So we got a Type-S rear lip. You could get lucky. Everyone thinks, and it's funny on the pages, that they think these parts should go for like dirt cheap. And I understand, like, because you do want cheap parts, but they're hard to find. They're rare. Just because you got lucky and found out the Draker for $30 does not mean that's how much they're worth. These sell from a range from $700 all the way up to $1,500. You can find one. I sold a couple from $1,000 to $1,500, and then I can also find some for around like $600 to $700 also. So it ranges, but you get a good deal. As a $700, it's fair price at this point. And if you get this rear lip, make sure you have the brackets with it. So with that said, we are going to continue and go to the next one. Oh, and before I start, if there's anything that you guys did not know, or if I'm missing anything, let me know down in the comments. I want to see if you guys even know some of this. Some of this you probably do know, some of this you don't know. But like I said, we're talking about rare factor. Some stuff that are hard to get, some stuff you probably would never be able to get. Something else. So let's give each one of these items a rating. Let's do that. So it's a Type-S rear lip. I'm going to give it a rating of rareness from out of 10. I say a 4 out of 10, just because they come up, they're discontinued, but they're not too hard to get. You can get them here and there once in a while. So I'll say about 4 out of 10 right now. But yeah, let's go to here. So right now we're talking about the CDM Tail Lights, which I had a pair of mine. You can check out my channel. I have a whole video of hooking up the rear dirt brake light and the CDMs and all of that. So go check that out down below. But as you look at it, basically CDM tail lights are right here. You can see it. See if we can do a bigger video. You can see it just has the engraving in here, and it also has like a popped out lens. You can see it right there in that video right here. I didn't mean to click on the video, but you can see here's actually a YouTube thumbnail of mine, or actually that's an Instagram video of my CDMs and third brake light right here. But right now we're talking about the CDMs. We'll get to the third brake light later in this video. But yeah, it came on. So this is CDM, which is just stands for Chinese domestic market, or what's used to JDM, which is Japanese domestic market. But CDMs are just like a nice clean OEM look. They're OEM taillights from China. So I'm gonna type in real quick OEM Chinese Acura TL. And then I think even on the base models, they all came with it. So let's see if we can actually find one. Right here. This is a base model. This is not a Type S. You can see right here, and we'll zoom in if we can. Oh yeah, actually we got some good pictures right here. So this is a CDM Acura TL, not a Type S or nothing. And this is probably like a 04 to 06 year. I don't know if they changed anything from 07 to 08 year, but you can see the 04 to 06 year CDM TL has a few parts, and we'll talk about it more later. But you can actually see a 07 to 08 headlight on here, but you can see the Patrick's on here from a 04 to 06 model. And if you go to the side, it literally looks like just a base model TL with a Type S trim. And then here's the CDM tail lights, and you can see the third brake light right here. We'll get more into that soon. But you can see the tail light. That's just a factory option. They're probably worthless over there. They're probably not even worth anything. But over here, we want them so bad it's hard to get. We know a few people that do want to, if you do want to get these tail lights, back in the day, they're hard to get. These were like $1,500 to $3,000 back in the day when I first got into this TL scene. Now, everyone imports these, so they dropped it down. I think you get a set from $300 to $700 now. But yeah, so CDM taillights is a really good option. I say yourself up one if you really want like a clean OEM build. But yeah, that's it for the CDM taillights right there. CDM taillights, I give it a rareness rating about, let's say about 4 out of 10, just because they're rare, but you can still get it. They're just hard to first find someone you could trust to get them for you, but you can still get it. So I'll say 4 out of 10 for those. Okay guys, so next we are going to be talking about the CDM headlights now. So we're talking about the CDM tail lights. Now we're talking about the CDM headlights. These are something that they could probably import. The same people that could probably get the tail lights, nobody ever asked for these because it's not really a desirable thing. You can probably make these sets for cheaper here than importing them, but you really want a CDM headlight. Let me show you guys what that is. All right, let's see. Here we go. All right, guys, look at. So, CDM headlights. Look right here. You should see right here. This is OEM CDM headlights because it's the Type S trim on a 0406 headlight. So as you look closely, it has the blackout housings with the half clear and half orange diffuser for the turn, but it has the 0406 fog lights. You see that right here. I wish I could zoom in. I probably can't zoom in once I edit the video. So you can clearly see what a CDM headlight looks like. So this one, like I said, nobody that I know have ever imported these headlights. If you do, comment down below. I really want to see how much you paid for them. But you can make this set for a lot cheaper, just customizing it yourself. Or you just get an 0406, block it out, add the Type S clear diffuser, and after that you're good. Alright, so after that, so that's the Type S. Actually, that's the CDM headlights right there. So like I said, that's, I don't know the range for this one for the pricing, but like I said, if you guys have this, imported it, let me know. I'm curious how you guys did it too. CDM headlights, I say for a rare factor on those, they're going to be a 10 out of 10. They are extremely never been seen in person, online, talked about. So I say there's gonna be 10 out of 10. I'm sure you can still order them because they're like tail lights. You can still order them, but other than that, I don't have no clue uh, who has them or what they go for. Alright guys, so I'm going to continue this with the Type S carbon trims. You can see here, these are discontinued. These you're not making them more. This is something that came into the early models when they had them out. And I don't know how soon after they discontinued it. I heard you could still get the Vant one. I'll show you guys that one right now, but right after. But let's look into it real quick. You can see normally you have the carbon cubby holes right here. What's different about this one is you got the, actually no, this is normal too, the carbon around and it's not real carbon, it's just a hydro dipped, like OEM hydro dip type stuff around here. But the difference is with this one is you got the carbon around the buttons right here, and you got the carbon cup holder slider right here, the trim around it. So that's one thing that's pretty cool. And then here is the rear. Here's a photo. I'll zoom in on it. Basically, it's just a rear, and it looks good on the black one. This one's showing on a gray trim, but imagine this on the black one. But yeah, same thing. It still has the carbon all around it. On that one, if you want to get it, you can find it here and there. Which probably takes a while. Those are probably around like $300 to $400 if they're selling a set. They do have the same thing in wood grain. So same thing, you can see it. This one doesn't have it fully. You can see right here on the layout on the seat warmers, it does not have the trim on it, but it will be wood too. And you can see around, it has the wood on the slider, and the AC vent is also wood. This one's a decal though. This one's kind of hard to show you because this one not gonna be the OEM one. Let me see if I can show you a direct OEM. Cannot find that. Put a photo right here for you guys about the wood one. But yeah, those ones are really rare. So the wood grain one is super rare versus carbon, but nobody likes the wood one, so everyone wants the carbon. So that way it's more money because you can buy the wood one. Someone's selling a set for 100 to 150 for the whole set if they want to get rid of it. The carbon one, like I said, $300 to $400 probably for a whole set. But yeah, if you want to try your luck on that, there's those. But yeah, those are some rare trims right there. The carbon interior trims, and then we'll do the wood trim. To the carbon interior trims, I'll say they're about a 7 out of 10. They do not pop up too often, but if you could get your hands on one of them, it's worth it. I'll say get it if you have the money, because it'll be a while before you find one. So I'll say 7 out of 10 because they're discontinued. If we're talking about the wood one, I'll say those are 8 out of 10. So rare, just very harder, because I'm assuming you guys should know, people would prefer the carbon over the wood all day. Even back then, the wood was not appealing. At least I don't know why anyone would want the wood trim. But anyways, I'll say that one's going to be 8 out of 10. Alright guys, so next on our list, we are doing the ASpec steering wheel. We're going to start with the 04 to 06 ASpec steering wheel. Well, if you guys don't know, it's actually right here. Here's the eBay listing of one right here. This is a really bad shape one. You can see but it's up here, but you can see how much the price is going for $450 for this beat up one. I don't even think I would sell one for that much. Usually these, I can sell these for like $400 or less for a good condition one. This one would be like a $251 max, but it's eBay, they gotta make their money. Anyway, so carbon. For this one, for this trim level, you're gonna look for these thumb, where you rest your thumbs on. They are like a nice like leather, different stitch leather, like a light gray on both sides. And I don't think there's nothing much in it. That's the only reason why you know it's ASpec. It just have a cooler little design on here. Just give you that little bit more of like aesthetics when you're driving an ASpec TL. So back in the day, this was a factory option. But yeah, I say you can find these here and there. Let's see if we can find like another one. It shows a lot of custom. It's hard on Google. It kind of sucks now. They kind of show new shit instead of the old stuff now. But let's see if we can find another example of a ASpec steering wheel. There's one right here on Acura. This one is, I believe this one might be a little bit more rare, same exact design, but this one has a blue stitching all around it. I think that's another option back in the day. But yeah, it's a blue stitching right here. I'm not too sure if there is a carbon fiber option for the 0406 ones as we get into the other one. I think I'm gonna check this one out right here. We're gonna check out right now, but I think that's the aftermarket one. But let me see. So this one right here has a blue stitching all around it. If you see anything, just not even the stitching alone, but if you see the design right here on the very sides, that's how you know it's an ASpec steering wheel. If it's worth the grab for you, then grab it. I seen a couple other junk here. I did not grab it because I didn't care. I just feel like they don't sell that good as the Type S ones would, even though they're cool item, but it's not worth it too much for me. I think they're about, like I said, 400 and less. If you want to try to sell one, but let's check out this one right here. This is the 0406 style, but it looks like it has carbon trim. Maybe not. Let me see. Maybe not. This is just a regular steering wheel, I think. Let's check it out real quick. This is ASpec. Oh, it is. Okay. So they do make it. I thought I knew this was something, but I didn't really think it was a real thing. This is but a more super rare wheel. This one's more rare. This is the one that's worth grabbing. As you can see up here, it has a carbon trim up here to match the interior when you get the carbon trims inside your Acura TL at the time. You can see it all around. It's pretty damn good. Let's see if they have close-up shots of it. Down here too, that's a good shot right there. You can see it. Carbon trim. Dude, are they real carbon? I'm not too sure on that one. Have I seen real carbon ones? Yeah, but I think they're custom. I don't think these are what it is. You can see some damage right here. Look at this. You guys could buy this steering wheel for less than the other steering wheel, and this one's more rare than the other one. So this one, I would like literally be for $400 to $700 just buy this steering wheel. Because this one is actually rare. You can find the Type S one's a little bit more common, but it's still rare. This one's actually pretty cool. So yeah, if you guys want to buy a steering wheel, a cool one, here's the eBay link right here. It'll probably still be up here by the time the video is out, hopefully. But yeah, that's that. Salon and rate this. So I'll say those other two steering wheels, there'll probably be like a say 6 out of 10. They discontinued, hard to find, not the most rarest thing to find versus this one, but I say 6 out of 10 for rarity. If we're talking about this one right here, the carbon fiber edition 0406 steering wheel, this has to be like an 8 out of 10. This is one that I think I came across one time maybe, but after that, like it's just one that I did not see common like pop up anytime soon. As you see one if you've been in the market for one and you see one, buy it. Don't wait. You're not going to see one for at least another 2 years probably. So now we're going to be talking about the carbon fiber steering wheel for the 0708 Type S or base model, but normally these are found on Type S's model. So let's see if we can find one. And it does. What a perfect photo right here. So this is a 0708 Type S carbon wheel. It has the 0708 design, the 3-spoke one right here. You can see it. This doesn't have the quad like the 0406. And it has a carbon top piece. It doesn't have the bottom one like the 0406, but it has the top piece. And this one is really rare. This is very sought after because everyone loves this steering wheel. It has the paddle shifters, of course, and it has the carbon trim. So this one also 8 out of 10 in rarity. This one probably goes for like $700 easily around that price range. You don't try to prove me wrong. If you eBay and find something cheaper, that's fine. It's just like I'm just going off this based on this my common knowledge of TLs and what I've seen back in the day. But yeah, we got one right here, 0708 Type S carbon steering wheel. So like I said, if you guys are learning anything, drop down below if there's anything you didn't know, and if there's anything I missed, let me know. But let's continue this video. We're gonna give this a rating, like I said, 8 out of 10 for rarity, just because it's hard to find and everyone wants it. You're probably gonna see this once every 2 years probably pop up. But yep, let's move on. Alright guys, so this one is rare, and I think it's more rare that it's hard to find to buy it, but it's not the most rarest thing. So let me explain. So this is a Type S 6-speed cluster. So you can find the model, all the auto ones easily, but it's the Type S ones that's hard to find, the 6-speed, because yeah, it's just rare. Nobody wants to part it out. They're keeping it, selling it. I think I paid like $300 on eBay at the time, and that was the only one I found for like years. There might be one maybe on eBay right now. Let's actually check if there's any on eBay. So let's open up a new tab. Let's go to eBay right now. Type S Acura TL 6-speed cluster. Let's actually see what we can find. See, this is a manual. What? Here's one right here, 250. That's not bad. But oh, this is like a wait. What is this? Is this chat cheap? Dude, you guys can buy this. Oh, what the hell's going on with that? What is going on with that? Huh? That's weird. Anyways, let's go back to the other one. Actually, the other listing. Let's go back to that one. All right, guys. Okay. So this is. Oh wait. This is not a 6-speed. What? 6-speed automatic, maybe? You can clearly see as PRNDL. That's automatic. Clearly, it's automatic. Let's go back, and you can see it even with no lights on. So let's actually just get out of here. Go back to this one. This one is actually is also automatic. Why is it listing for a manual? That is actually crazy right there. Manual did not have that option. Let's see if we go to another one. Okay. Alright guys, so we're actually on that 6-speed manual. You can see this is actually a manual, as it right here. See the cluster, the shift knob right here. That's pretty cool. I never saw that before. This is custom. You can see they put a TL stitched on here, and they iron on one part. Looks like a patch right here, because we have patches like this. Even I have patches like that. You can iron onto like a hat or something. So let's go to look at this. Is a 6-speed manual cluster. You see how hard it is to find? Even the eBay's does not have it correct. This is a 6-speed manual. You don't see the Prindle little thing right here. That's completely gone, and that's the only reason why it's a little bit sought after for 6-speed manuals. You can put automatic in your 6-speed, but if you're doing like for me, I just love the Type S cluster, but I didn't want the automatic one. It was so hard to find a 6-speed manual cluster. So I said the rarity of these things. Well, let's go with the price. The pricing of these, like I said, around $300, give or take. For the actual rarity, 7 out of 10. I will give it the rarity. Like I said, it's hard to find, not the easiest. But they do come up here and there. They're not like you probably find one within a year. And it's just a little thing that nobody knows that like how hard it is to get. You guys with the Type S 6-speeds are ready. Hold on to those clusters, man, or if you part it out, don't sell them for cheap. Picking this up again another day. We couldn't finish it last time. The camera died. We are going to talk about Type S interiors. So this is one thing that's really hard to get for us base model guys, or I never had a Type S, but when I had a TL, was the Type S interiors, including the door panels and the Type S seats. So if you look right here, you can actually see the Type S seats right here. It's just a nice two-tone gray with the black side. You can get tan Type S, but the black is what everyone wants, with the nice stitching on the door panels with the Type S logo on the front. I don't think it's a bad thing for base models to do the upgrade, especially if you're getting cheap. It's just it gives it a more modern feeling. So I wouldn't say it's a bad thing to make it look like a clone, but as long as you're not telling everyone it's a Type S. But yeah, Type S interior in general, Type S steering wheel, just anything basic, the trims, all that. I say it's fairly hard to get. You could get like a junkyard. I got like a couple times, but overall, to find a good clean set to get everything all at once, it's kind of hard to find. We'll give it a 5 out of 10 for the hardness, and you're probably looking at for a complete type S interior, probably close to $1,000 for everything. If you get lucky, maybe 500 bucks at the junkyard for the whole type S interior. But yeah, that will be that one. Next, one of the ones that you probably should know by now is ASpec Wheels, and we're not talking about any. We're talking about the 8.5 Acura TL ASpec Wheels. These are this design, but there's 3 designs. If you didn't know, there's a 8 and a 7.5. An 8.5, and we're talking about the wideness of the wheel, is the rarest one. It came out in 2004, I believe, and they started lowering it because it was just, I would assume curve rash, or it was just too wide in general. So they lowered it. So there's different variants of it, but the 8.5, you can tell if you look right here in the spoke, it's smooth. There's no lip. So if we just delete the 8.5 and we go into just ASpec in general, we'll look for one, and it's like this one right here. Actually, no, this one might be at 8.5, and it actually says right here, but you can see there's no lip. So if you look, trying to find it, I think just type in like a 7.5 or 8. This one you barely could see it. There might be a lip right here. This is the 18.8, a little lip. Same thing right here. You can see the lip now. See the lip? This is an 8, and there's a 7.5 even wider. So if you see a little lip around here, you know it's not the rare one. If you see it straight across, smooth all the way straight down, that's going to be the rare ones. Rare, how rare it is, I'd say it's about like a 7 out of 10. Hard to find in the wild. If you find it, you get lucky. You could sell them for around $700 to $800 for a clean set. Next one on our list is gonna be ASpec badge. So the ASpec badge, you can clearly see right here. There's really no good photo. It's actually going right here. The OEM ones, for a while they were rare. They're still rare for the OEM ones. They're hard to get. They're about $80 for a used one, and if you could get a new one, they're probably like $120, probably brand new. I think if you want a brand new one, I think Bruce from Endless RPM is selling a few sets. I think he has some. If you want aftermarket, there's a guy on Instagram, if I can remember, I'll put his link in the description for the aftermarket ASpec ones. I don't know who was selling them, but it looks identical. It's just that the Acura don't make them no more, so you gotta find them used or whatever. But I think Endless was holding on to some of them from back in the day, and he found some, so I think he's selling some. Like I said, they're about 80 to 120 depending on if you get a used or a new one, I think. And then rarity, I say it's about like a 6 out of 10 for the rarity, just because it's hard to get, not common. The only reason I came across them, junkyards, and I get lucky here and there. I haven't found one in the last year or two. But I give you an example of how rare they are, but you can ask for one, and someone probably will sell one on the TL pages. So ASpec badges, I'll say that one will be a rare one. But yeah, like I said, there's other ones. There's the newer style ones if you guys are interested. Type S ones, the new Type S ones, but it's the ASpec ones. And then if you don't know, they go right here in this little area right here. I'm back from the feature again. I must have skipped through this one. This is a very important one, so we'll be adding it to the last on today's video, which will wrap it up for part 1. And what we're going to be talking about is the CDM third brake lights. So let's get into that right now. Alright guys, so here we are looking at the CDM third brake light, and that's basically right here. If you look at it in this little section, on the Chinese domestic market TLs, they are factory option. It goes on the bottom of the bumper. It's basically just a CDM bar right here, which is reverse, and a red brake light right here. So I guess you could technically call it a fourth brake light, because we do have one on the very top. If it does have one in the China domestic market, I don't know if it does. I don't really see it. It might be there, it might not be there. So maybe it'll be a third brake light for this. But basically it's this light bar. Is very a nice piece. Yeah, so just a quick fact that if you notice right here, and we'll get into it maybe in a later video, You can see it right here. It doesn't have the reverse lights like we are used to, so they put them down here. Don't know why, but this is the CDM whole Acura, so that's that. So anyway, so the CDM third brake light is one of the most sought after parts. It pairs really good with the CDM tail lights, and you can see it. Here's a picture of my YouTube video. If you want to see a full-on installation video, I'll put the link down in the description below. He's right here. Let's take a look at some other ones. This is from like my Instagram post right here. Yeah, no, here's this one. Let's see if we can zoom in on it. Hey, that's annoying. Alright, we'll zoom in on it, but yeah, the CDM brake light goes here. A lot of people pair it up here in the States because there's no way you could kind of make this work without the bumper technically, so you're going to have to go and people pair it up with the Type S rear lip. So here's a picture right here, really good one actually. This is my video right here. Type S rear lip with the CDM bar in it. Basically it fits it perfectly, and that's what a lot of people do. It pairs with it very good. You can see with the CDM tail lights with the clear and the red combo is just a nice touch right there. For this particular item, if you guys are looking for it, be prepared to pay a pretty penny. Back in the day, they were about $3 grand. That was like back in like 4 or 5 years ago. Now a lot of people be importing a lot of stuff now, so it went down. I say it's about $800 to $1,200 brand new, and they all come brand new. You have to get some connectors and stuff like that for it to work, so watch my video for that if you guys want to see how to install it, because you need special connectors, tap into stuff and like that. For me, I think I use it as a turn signal. I did not wire it to a reverse light, so keep that in mind on that one. For rarity, I'm gonna say this is about a 7 out of 10, just because it is rare. You don't see it often. There's not too many people that you're gonna be knowing that has it. Like here in Fresno, California, I don't think there's anyone that has it besides me when I had it, and the only one that was worth paying the price for. So yeah, but you can still get it brand new. But like I said, you gotta find the right person. If you want, hit up I think it's KBP, like Type S or something on Instagram. I'll put it right here. You can hit up maybe Gumby. He probably might have a set or a used set, like he might sell, because he's always working on stuff. His Instagram's right here. There's about a few people that could import it, but yeah. But with that said, we're going to be ending the video here. So if you like this kind of video and want to see part 2, let me know down below, and I'll try to get it done faster. This probably took me about 2 weeks just to make, just because I've been busy. That's why everything behind me, you can see, is just a mess behind me since the last video. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.